There we go. What are you doing, brother?
Hey, waiting on your ass.
I see you got a nice new shirt on today.
A white shirt today, yeah. Well, it's like a jacket. You know what I mean?
You think you going dancing somewhere? You gonna go sing somewhere?
Nah, just I didn't really want to change or anything, so let me throw a jacket on and that's it.
I got on a burglar outfit.
I see.
Skin tight.
Burglar.
Skin tight.
Oh boy.
You don't want to see the bottom half of my belly hanging out. This is a compression shirt. This shit ain't compressing any damn thing.
What's happening?
No, what are you doing, buddy?
Nothing here. Looking through all these videos and stuff. I saw 9 and 10. Finally, there's some boring ass videos. I don't know how the hell. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 10 was the
10 was okay.
10 was all right. I mean, what's his name? Pulled a rabbit out of his ass at the end there. David, but David, he put that what did he do? He asked Sammy, what the hell was it? Oh,
the Tyson interview, something
Tyson
like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that in a minute. What do you got on your end? You got 8? You got 9?
Well, 9 there was really nothing, they were just talking about, for instance, what we were talking about before, you know what I mean? That they had asked, what business, if they were nowadays, using all their knowledge from the mob before, what would they do? What would they get into? And that this guy, Franzese, says that he would go into the gas thing again. Sammy would go into the loan sharking thing.
Yeah.
And remember, you and I just fucking around. We just said, shit, we would hire hackers. They said that, and they would hire. Yeah, that's what they would do. They would do like over here in the music thing. We do things like they called campamentos, like campouts, where writers come, producers come, arrangers, singers, and and then we just put everything together, and then we come out with a fucking banging hit.
Right.
They would do something like that, but with hackers, and then just throw ideas around and see what what comes out of all this. They said this because they were thinking about the Bitcoin thing.
Yeah. No, that'd be one thing. If I could, if I was one of these computer guys nowadays,
that's the way to go.
That's what I would have done.
That's the way
I'd have got that fucking computer, and I wouldn't have done like some of these idiots do. They hack like a few $1 million out of their fucking grandma's basement. I mean, shit, and get the fuck out of town, go to another country, do the hack, and come home. That's what you do.
Exactly.
And that's sweet, sitting on a computer just hacking shit.
And if you're a hacker, and I mean, you should know, how the first thing you need to know is obviously how to take it. The second thing you need to know is how not to get caught. And
how to get rid of it too.
How to get rid of it, exactly.
Yeah.
How to actually, because you gotta make, the hard part is making, they call that over here electrical money, electronic money. How to make electronic money to liquid money.
Right.
Because that's where you lose the paper trail. If it stays electronic,
yep, it'll stay.
They're gonna be able to follow it.
Right. Someone's got to pull it out. You got to pull it out somewhere. That's when you get to those places like Panama and shit where you can pull it out without even being there, and then, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah, we can't be talking about that shit already. Okay, from episode 9, that's what I got out of it. And then they started talking about racism and shit like that, and then some guy Johnny Boy or something like that was gay. He was in the mob, and then why women in the mob? Why not? Just bunch of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That it wasn't really all that.
No, it's just, listen. The mob was just like society was back then. Back then, gays weren't tolerated that much back then. They weren't, and society's changed, the way people think change. If you want to be gay and be gay, just leave it to yourself. That's exactly. It's easy, right? And you got no beef with anybody if that's exactly what they want to do. And listen, that's the way you're made. That's the way you're made. I think that's the way you're made. I don't think it's there are a lot of Christians that believe it's a choice. I don't believe that's a choice. I just
you're born like that.
You can't choose. That's like saying, Carlos, you know what? One night, let's go out and let's go be gay tonight. You can't do it.
Nah.
It don't fucking no. You can't choose that.
Look at you like, the fuck.
You can't choose that shit,
No,
man.
you know.
And that's like a gay guy going out one hour. You know what? I'm gonna be straight tonight. No, it's not gonna work.
No,
It's the way you're made. And that, listen, we're all made.
You gotta respect. Everybody's made different.
We're all made different.
That's it. You gotta respect that. But then now in episode 10, it got interesting because a couple things came out there. You know, like the first thing. The first thing that, like what we just said, was the Mike Tyson interview where Franzese said that Gotti was better than Sammy. Like,
yeah, I mentioned that briefly last night. It was I just saw a 1 minute video. I didn't know that was on video number 10 here.
That's what I was telling you. On all these previews, they got a lot of the good shit was on the previews. The rest of it is just, because I was looking, I go, damn, I seen this. Where did I was thinking, well, I saw it on the previews.
On the preview, I saw that, and then today I watched this thing with. But the way David did it at the end, I don't know if they knew that was coming.
Well, he showed the video.
He showed the video of Mike Franzese talking shit about Sammy the Bull there, and you could tell Sammy wasn't happy with that at all.
He was caught off guard.
He was,
and then he even told him that Sammy's answer was, that Franzese was trying to explain at that moment, Sammy. You know what I'm saying? And I was talking to you, and then Sammy has a fuck John Gotti and fuck your name. You know what I'm saying? Like,
fuck your name and fuck the street, fuck everybody. That's Sammy's fucking favorite line. Fuck your word, fuck your name, fuck the street, fuck the mob. Fuck everybody. Fuck everybody except Sammy. Right.
Sammy says in that moment that people talking a lot of shit about him, and he's still got people from 40 that he knows from 40, 50 years ago that are still in the mob that call him and stuff, and they're cool with him. And that he was actually trying to get trying to get somebody out of jail.
Frankie Lacasio.
Frankie Lacasio. That's what. Okay, but how was he supposed to go to New York or something like that? And how was he trying to get him out of jail? I guess he was doing third-party cooperation or what?
I don't know. That's the guy that Sammy put in jail.
Oh, he put him in jail.
He put him in jail. Okay. He put him in jail. Now he's going to turn around and get him out of jail?
Yeah, and then he was mentioning other cases that he was called upon to cooperate, but he says he wasn't cooperating for the government. He was cooperating on the defense side.
That's what he says. He says a lot of things, and he named all these cases that they when he was indicted in Arizona and he was getting 20 years. Exactly. And they said, we'll give you 3 years, 5 years. Now, here's my thinking on this, all right? And tell me if I'm wrong, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. He wants to defend how he's not a rat. He was sitting there arguing with, trying to, like they all do, but I gotta give it to Mike. I got to give it to him at the end. Mm-hmm. Mike said, listen, we broke Omerta. It is what it is. Basically, Mike's saying, we're fucking rats. Yeah. But Sammy wants to have an excuse.
Right.
And Mike said, we can all say why this and all have an excuse, but the bottom line is we broke it. We broke the fucking code. But let me get back to this thing on Sammy, how he sits there and he laid out all this information to Mike. And if you look at Mike's face, when he's saying this, Mike's eyes are just closed and he's shaking his head. And he wants to, what Mike's thinking. Mike thinks, they're two different type of people. You got the street guy, and then you got the Mr. Sophisticated over here, right? I'll tell you what's going on through Mike's head right now. When he's shaking his head like this, right, and listening to Sammy babble, Mike's thinking, you dumb motherfucker, just shut up. Right? That's Mike's thinking. You dumb motherfucker, just shut up for 1 second, right? And Sammy's thinking, if I could reach over the fucking table and strangle your cocksucking ass and split your fucking skull, I would, That's what they're thinking. But you can tell Mike's clearly sick of the bullshit. Right. But after Sammy makes all these excuses, tell me if I'm wrong. Let's say I took down John Gotti and the 35 other people, right? Mm-hmm. Then I get another charge and I'm looking at 20, 30 years or this and that, all this, that huge amount of time. And they come to me and they say, hey, listen, we can reduce your sentence to 3 years or 5 years. You just got to cooperate on this other case. What should I do? Cooperate or not cooperate?
Oh,
huh?
Cooperate, no?
Huh? Can't hear you.
You can cooperate.
I should.
Oh, but wait. But he.
Listen. I already snitched on John Gotti and 35 other guys.
Well, yeah.
Why would I do 20 fucking years if I'm going to be in prison labeled a rat?
Okay, but this is his reason for. So he says that he cooperated on that one. His son and his son-in-law were involved in that case, and he negotiated 7 years for him, 2 to 3 years for each of them.
Right, but did he cooperate? See, he said that was the negotiation, but I think he said he turned down the cooperation.
He said he turned it down. That's what he said.
That's what he said, exactly.
How much time did Sammy actually do?
Listen, I don't know, and I've looked to try to look him up on the state charge. You know, like in Florida, if you put your name in the Florida Department of Corrections, you could see, okay, just put in someone's name, when they got released and how much time they did and all that shit, right?
Right.
I looked in Arizona, I couldn't find Sammy. Now, maybe I was doing it wrong, but it's possible. It's really possible. They have a thing in the feds. You could be doing state time and the feds bring you up and send you over to the federal department.
Okay.
And he's doing time over there. Listen, he was high profile.
Yeah.
I don't know if you'd survive in the fucking in the state prison.
Yeah. Okay. Well, going back to your question, would you cooperate? Okay. Well, supposedly, according to him, his excuse for cooperating was that Gotti betrayed him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I can see why he would say that he wouldn't cooperate in other cases unless he brings, and this is why he brings his son-in-law and his son as an excuse to cooperate again, because he's not expected to cooperate because the first time was just because Gotti's betrayal. Now he's got no reason to cooperate. You know what I'm saying? So he's got to be a man of honor, a man of whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but according to him, he didn't.
Right. According to him, he didn't. He got 20 years. No. Now, what I heard a while ago, not on YouTube, was they didn't allow Sammy to cooperate. Horseshit. They didn't listen. Sammy fucked them already. He got witness protection. He got let out on the street, and he went out and fucking catches another case. I mean, this was big news. Guy was, fucking 19 murders, John Gotti, gets the fucking world handed to him. He keeps his money, gets plastic surgery. Then he goes out like a fucking jackass, sells fucking ecstasy with his whole family. And they're going to let him cooperate again to bail his ass out? No fucking way. There's a point to where they look at who you're going to cooperate against, right? Is there another John Gotti you're going to put behind bars? No. You're the leader organizer in the dope ring. You were using your name, because I know guys out in Arizona, they were trying to squeeze the muscle. Using their name, even his son, with the last name, trying to, we're this, we're that. Okay, yeah. But that's bullshit. Sammy, they didn't let him cooperate. I heard that fucking 15 years ago.
Okay.
He could sit there and say all he wanted to. He was a stand-up guy. As a matter of fact, Sammy went back to court on that state case and tried to get his fucking sentence reduced for being a old man or some shit like that. And the judge said, fuck you.
Go back. What do you call that? Out of
some sort of compassionate release, but he wasn't dying. He wasn't dying. But the judge said, fuck you, go back to prison.
Wow.
In the state. And look at him now. He's still alive. There ain't nothing wrong with him.
Wow.
So anybody could look that up.
Yeah.
But they don't know about it. He didn't want to do his fucking time. And he did 20 years, but not because he wanted to. Wasn't like
he did 20 years.
Well, no, he got a 20-year sentence. I think he did 17.
Okay, well, he was up there. He was up there.
Yeah, he was up there. He was up there.
Comparing to everything that he had on his ass, that's nothing.
Well, it was only ecstasy. All the murders.
He got 17 for the ecstasy.
Right.
And how much did he get for the murder?
He got 5 for the murders. Got out in 3. It was put on witness protection. Okay.
You see, you put that shit on a.
That's why they did. That's why when he got out, he got out of the witness protection program. He's clean slate. He goes and starts selling pills and catches a big case. And the state and the feds go, no, ain't no fucking way you're cooperating again, pal. It's over. So he
How
turned.
much ecstasy?
I don't know. But it was Arizona on top of that. So those fucking laws.
They're gonna hit you.
And they're listen. They weren't about to look like assholes again.
Right.
He had people, some of the family members that the people that he killed or had involvement in. They're like holding. They're fucking having a stink about it. Listen, you let this cocksucker out once, you're gonna do it again? No.
Yeah.
They hammered him.
They blocked him. Yeah.
They fucking blocked him. There was nothing. There was no cooperation whatsoever. Sammy was He wasn't Mr. fucking tough guy. That's bullshit. He couldn't cooperate. He could have given him the fucking Queen of England. Ain't happening. They were gonna hammer his fucking ass.
Yeah, and I'm curious to find out when the Lucchese case, the guy that died, that he says he was helping him to get out. How was he helping him? How? You know what I'm saying? It had to be third party cooperation, I guess. It had to be.
there was something I believe there was something in the trial. Actually, Sammy did a video on that. And he said that in the video, had they asked me, you talked about this, had they asked me at trial if Frankie had anything to do with this murder, I would have said no. I'd have said no. And then me and you were like, wait a minute, you would have said no, but they didn't ask you, but you could have fucking volunteered it.
Volunteered it, yeah. Exactly. I remember we spoke about, now I know.
You could have said at a trial, listen, John Gotti did this, but Frankie had nothing to do with it. You could have said that, but he didn't.
Right.
And the guy got fucking hammered. And now he's Mr. Savior.
And he died? The guy died, right?
He died while they were making that sit down thingy. He died October something. But Sammy, Mike was sitting there listening to all the bullshit, and then Sammy goes, well, I've got all these people that can verify, that John Gotti was gonna take me down and and he names all these police officers, the police, this one, and the attorney. All this, this is from them, but you don't hear anything else. It's only what Sammy says that can't be verified.
Right. Yeah.
And then all these people saying we're getting out of jail. Who are they? You say 9 people, but who exactly?
Who are they exactly?
Who are the names that you cooperated for? Because the whole world knows who you cooperated against. Why don't you say I cooperated for this guy and I cooperated for this guy and I took the stand for this guy and to help them get out? You cooperated for the defense. That's what he said. Now, was your cooperation to help these people out, or were you cooperating for the defense for something else? There's a play in words there. You just you never know, especially after listening to what Mike said on that last video. Learn how to lie and do it great, and you'll get anything you want.
Yeah, the one that you just sent me on the email.
You believe that? Learn how to lie and be a
con artist school. That's con artist
professional at it, and you'll get whatever you want.
Exactly. You gotta learn how to read people and how more or less to get whatever you want out of them without them even letting them even finding out you're getting what you want. You know what I mean? Yeah, he's good. He's good. He's a good con artist, kid. Oh man, and then towards the end of that episode 10, they started talking about the church and the religion and this and all that, and then they come up with that the mob handed over a bazaar or there in Little Italy to the church.
Okay, I didn't get that far.
Nothing was ever investigated. Nothing was ever that supposedly the church wasn't doing anything illegal, but they wouldn't let the mob handle the bazaars, so the mob handed it over to the church.
What the fuck is a bazaar?
A bazaar is like a flea market.
Oh, okay.
Little Italy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then what the funds that were being received from there, it would be split between the mob and the church.
Yeah, the Catholic Church, I'm sorry to say, it is what it is.
They put them out there though.
It is what it is. But if you do read the Bible, anybody that does, if you go to what Jesus says, there's nothing in it that says ask some guy named Father for forgiveness. That's not what it says. Who made that up?
Yeah.
Who made that up is what I want to know. Hey, I'm going to be father. You're going to be father. It looks like that when you look at it, looks like the fathers are the guys that are made. And then you got the capos, you got the bishops, you got all these other. It's just like the mob almost.
Yeah, you got the levels.
And then you got the boss with the Pope hat. Man, and they're all making money.
Right? Oh, yeah.
Making money.
Big time.
There's some real good Catholic. But hey, did you see at the end, what was it? All right, so at the end of that thing, Sammy's over there and he's a little pissed off because Mike's calling him, what do you say? You got Napoleon. Yeah, he's just talking shit.
Yeah, you
right?
got the Napoleon syndrome.
Right. And Sammy goes, he calls out Mike and calls him a liar. Right? He goes, well, you know, you and your lies, la, la, la. And then Sam says, oh, I remember seeing this video.
Yeah.
Where,
yeah.
What did he call him? He called him a, he said he had psychological problems. Okay.
Yeah, he said I had psychological problems, but wait a minute.
So he tells in an interview, Mike tells the person who's interviewing that Sammy's got psychological problems. So Sammy turns it around on him and goes, I saw that interview and you said me and you were playing cards at MDC. MDC. And Sammy says, well, Mike, I never played cards with you. And as a matter of fact, the record shows I was never in MDC. And Mike's face was like, I don't remember that. He goes, yeah, well, who's got the fucking psychological problems now, motherfucker? I was never there. Who are you playing cards with? Because it wasn't me.
You were fucking lying.
He was lying. They called him right out in his fucking lie.
He says, nice. And you knew Gotti? Because I never knew you. You know, and then so are you sure you knew Gotti? And then that's when he comes out and says that he didn't need that, you know, that he didn't need Gotti to show up his name or anything like that. That he had his own name. Yeah. You know what I mean? And all this stuff. Yeah, that was funny. Sammy's what do you say? He's a hothead. He's a hothead, and you know, every time that he blows up, when he calms down, you see where he's going. He makes sense on a lot of things that he says. You know what I mean? You know, so he's a hothead, but he knows, you know, he gets his point across. Yeah. Of what he's trying to say. But anyways, I mean, overall, through the 10 episodes, I mean, it wasn't. It started off better than it ended. Yeah, I thought it was gonna be something like, wow, you know, like damn, you know, everybody's making so much hype on this shit, and really nothing. You know what I mean? Just it was. You listen. At the bottom line, at the end, when you watch the two at the end, they don't like each other. Oh, you want? Oh, something that I caught on to. What was it that they you know, that Sammy says thank you to Patrick for, you know, inviting him, you know, that towards this was already at the end, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, and I think that no, I'm sorry, they were asking him, they were saying who would be in the entertainment world, who do you think would be the perfect godfather? Who would be the perfect guy that would have a profile to be in the mob? They mentioned Pat Riley, they mentioned Obama, they mentioned Trump, they mentioned a whole bunch of people, right? And then Sammy comes out and says, I think you would be a good boss. You know what I mean? Who, to Mike? To Patrick. Okay. Says that to Patrick. You know what I mean? Because you're this, you know, he says, I'm not kissing your balls here or nothing like that, but I think that, you know, you have that leadership type, you know, the business, you know, this, but I think you would be a good boss. Okay. And then they ask Franzese, you know, the same, what do you think? What do you think of? And he goes, you know, he says, I think, yeah, Patrick could be. And then Sammy says to Franzese, you better watch what you say. You're not going to get 2 cents out of this. I'm like, aha. Did he say that really? Yeah, he said that. And then you know, Franzese just blew it off like saying, I just got one question for you. And he asked Patrick, would you, if somebody would give you an order that you had to kill somebody, okay, would you do it? And then Patrick says, no, somebody that messes with my family and all this stuff, I'm not such a good boy if they mess with my family. He goes, no. Somebody tells you you got to put a hit on somebody that has, you know, they just tell you got to put a hit on this guy. Would you do it? He said, no. He goes, then you're not a good boss. Franzese told him. And I said, so that's how he blew it off. He blew off that you ain't getting the 2 cents from this if you talk bad about Patrick. Oh, like, okay. Yeah. Oh man, it was just a little silly thing, but you know, I caught on right away. You know what I mean? But anyways, what else we got, kid? We got all those episodes out of the way.
We got 2 people already signed up for the second trip.
Beautiful, beautiful. Should I? Shouldn't I? Petty ass.
No. Don't even fucking waste your time. Don't even do it. It's just a fucking. You're putting bait in the water for the fucking.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Fucking piece of shit. You're like, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's move on then.
So yeah. Second. So listen.
The second trip.
Second trip. What are the dates?
April 13th through the 18th.
Okay, April 13th through the 18th, and the first trip's already booked. We couldn't take any more. We're sticking with the original 5 because they ran out of hotel rooms.
Exactly.
That's it. Okay. That's because it's during Carnival, right?
It's during Carnival, and the 13th through the 18th is also a happening week over here. It's well, I don't know if we should say something. It's Holy Week, but the only day that everything's down here is on that Friday.
Okay. Is that Good Friday? Is that like Christmas? I mean,
yeah,
Easter?
It's Good Friday. Yeah, Sunday's Easter. You know, but the rest of the week, the rest of the days here, everything is popping. So,
okay.
You know, we can do something nice, you know, respectful on Good Friday.
Yeah.
On Friday we'll do something respectful.
You gotta get a motherfucking microphone, goddammit.
I have it. I just don't know how to. You know what I mean?
Don't know how to plug it in.
No.
You're a fucking musician. You don't know how to operate a microphone.
No, but this computer stuff is different because yeah, you know what I mean. So you know it's another happening week. So okay.
Okay.
Well, we just gotta decide whether
you gotta learn how to do sign language. You're lucky it started cutting out at the end because I can barely hear you. Anyway, anyone who wants to get on this second trip, you can email Carlos.
Yeah.
mafiamadeColumbia@gmail.com.
Exactly.
Instead of me, because he sits home all goddamn day not doing anything, and he can play on the computer. You can play on the computer all day. The fucking life.
You have it on your phone? I got it on my phone. I got the Mafia Made thing, the email on my phone.
Yeah, I got like fucking 6 emails. I can't have it.
Yeah, me too. I got
10. You're crazy.
Yeah, it's totally bing, 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 bing all damn day. You know, you switching email addresses and stuff like that. But yeah, well, let's get it happen, make it happen, kid. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, you got any special stories for these people?
I'm working on one. I'm trying to
hold out.
I'm trying to organize it so it could be said through here. You understand me? Oh, I spoke to Juan Carlos, Andres Lopez's brother.
Yeah.
I spoke to him today. He's coming in on the 15th.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm gonna speak to him over here. I have to actually go to Cali. Okay. And then you know, big things can be happening through that. I'll probably want to see if I can get an interview with him.
That'd be good.
Yeah, North Valley.
North Valley. That'd be good.
Yeah, I spoke. It's actually his birthday today, so I wrote him to say happy birthday, and then we just started talking. He says, "I'll be there on the 15th. Be here 20 days." So
good
probably
shit.
work something out. Okay.
All right, brother.
Then, all right, my friend. Well,
all right.
I'll hit you up tomorrow, and we'll come up with some good stuff tomorrow.
Okay, you got it. All right, take it easy.